Andrew Flores, September 21, 2004. Nicknamed Showtime on the streets, Flores was the leader of a San Antonio gang that went as far as recruiting fourth graders to fight and steal on his behalf. Alongside his accomplice, Joseph Fritz, Flores entered the stop-and-go convenience store and aimed a handgun at the clerk Juan Moreno, demanding cash. Moreno complied, placing the money into a plastic bag, but Flores then demanded the keys to his car. Despite Moreno pleading for him not to take the vehicle, Flores leaned over the counter and fatally shot him in the head while he was kneeling. Flores and Fritz fled the store, but Flores returned moments later to search Moreno's pockets for the car keys. He took the wrong set, and when they couldn't start the vehicle, the two fled on foot with just $44. The entire incident was captured on the store's surveillance camera, and both men were identified after the footage was broadcast on television. Flores admitted to the crime, turning over the stolen cash and the .22 caliber handgun used in the murder. He later pled guilty to capital murder. During sentencing, the jury learned of his continued gang involvement and criminal history, and Flores was sentenced to death. Fritz, who acted as the lookout, was also convicted of capital murder but received a life sentence. Flores's last words were, "Today I go home to the Lord, but first I have to say something. I am real sorry. I took a family member's life and I shouldn't have. I hope that you can move on. I'm just sorry. I can't bring anyone back. I would if I could. I won't ask for your forgiveness. God will be my judge." Flores then turned and expressed his love to his friends and relatives, including his sobbing mother and sister. "Be strong, and I will see you all, hopefully not soon. Keep your head up." His last meal was barbecue ribs, barbecued chicken, fried chicken, beef fajitas, chicken fajitas, 1 beefsteak, mashed potatoes, pinto beans, 10 flour tortillas, 2 chalupas, 3 tamales, salad with Thousand Island dressing, 5 soft drinks, and 1 pint of vanilla ice cream. Edward Green III, October 5, 2004. Green saw Hayden and O'Sullivan sitting in a car at a Houston intersection and decided to rob them, believing they looked wealthy. He approached them with a revolver, pointed it at Hayden, the driver, and ordered him to get out. When Hayden laughed and tried to put the car in reverse, Green fired 3 times, striking Hayden in the head and chest and hitting O'Sullivan in the arm and abdomen. Hayden died at the scene, and O'Sullivan later passed away at the hospital. Green was eventually arrested on an unrelated charge, and following a tip to Crime Stoppers, police questioned him about the shooting. Though he initially denied involvement, Green ultimately gave a full confession. His last words were, "To the O'Sullivan and Hayden families, I do not come here with the intention to make myself out to be a person I am not. I never claimed to be the best person. I'm not the best father, I'm not the best son or the best friend in the world. To my family and to you people, I can only apologize for the pain I have caused you. May God forgive us on this day. I'm ready when you are." His last meal was 2 chicken fried steaks, fried chicken strips, fried shrimp, curly fries, a half-gallon of grape juice, a pint of caramel pecan fudge, ketchup, and a pack of bubble gum. Peter Miniel, October 6, 2004. Miniel and his friend James Russell Jr. went to Paul Manier's home to party. While there, Miniel proposed that they rob Manier. To create a distraction, he told Russell to pretend he was going to his car to get some drugs. Russell briefly stepped outside, and when he came back, Manier was in the bedroom with Miniel. As Manier leaned over the bed, cleaning a mirror with a blanket in preparation to use those drugs, Miniel hit him in the back of the head with a beer mug. Manier dropped to his knees and tried to shield himself, but Miniel struck him several more times, knocking him onto his side. Miniel then instructed Russell to grab a shock absorber from a nearby table and use it to hit Manier. Russell followed the order and hit Manier in the head 4 times. Miniel criticized him for not hitting hard enough, took the shock absorber, and delivered 4 or 5 additional blows to Manier's head. When Manier was still conscious, Miniel told Russell to stab him. Russell opened his knife but hesitated, so Miniel took the knife and stabbed Manier himself. As Manier continued to move, Miniel ordered Russell to hold him down while he attempted to slit his throat. The knife was too dull, so instead, Miniel forced the corner of a blanket down Manier's throat. In total, Manier sustained 39 stab wounds, 10 cuts, and 6 blunt force injuries to his head, including a hole in his skull. Miniel was arrested later that month in Chicago and confessed to the crime. Russell testified against him as part of a plea deal, receiving a 50-year prison sentence. Miniel's last words were, "Into your hands, O Lord, I commend my spirit. Amen, I'm ready." As the drugs began taking effect, he said he felt a burning sensation. His last meal request was 20 beef tacos, 20 beef enchiladas, 2 double cheeseburgers, a pizza with jalapenos, fried chicken, spaghetti with salt, half of a chocolate cake and half of a vanilla cake, cookies and cream ice cream, caramel pecan fudge ice cream, a small fruit cake, 2 Coca-Colas, 2 Pepsis, 2 root beers and 2 orange juices. I doubt he received all of this. Donald Aldrich, October 12, 2004. Aldrich, Henry Dunn, and David McMillan were part of a group later referred to as the CB Gang, named after their initial connection through CB radio communication. Aldrich, who went by the nickname Sundance, and the others had spent months targeting gay men in the Tyler, Texas area. One night, they decided to go queer bashing, using methods similar to previous assaults and robberies they had carried out. They drove to Bergfeld Park, a known gathering place for gay men, where they approached Nicholas West at gunpoint. After stealing his money and vehicle, they forced him into their car and drove to a secluded area in Smith County. There, they made West walk up a hill before shooting him multiple times, at least 9. Aldrich personally fired at least 3 rounds. In a videotaped confession, Aldrich, believed to be the group's ringleader, admitted to the crime and claimed he harbored hatred towards gay men because he had been essayed by a gay cousin when he was 9 years old. Henry Earl Dunn Jr. was later convicted and executed in 2003. David McMillan, who was 17 at the time, was convicted of aggravated kidnapping and robbery and received a life sentence. At the time of the murder, Aldrich was on parole, having previously been convicted of burglary and robbery. His last words were, "To the West family, I would just like to apologize for your loss. I hope that you can forgive me. To my family and loved ones and friends, I thank all of you for your support, and I'm sorry for the pain and hurt I caused you." In a nervous final word, he said, "All right, Warden." His last meal request was chef salad with French or ranch dressing, fried chicken breasts and legs, French fries, a cheeseburger, chocolate cake, deviled eggs, and biscuits with gravy. Ricky Eugene Morrow, October 20, 2004. Morrow and his girlfriend Linda drove to Metropolitan Savings and Loan in Dallas, where Morrow carried out a robbery using a .38 caliber revolver and a .25 caliber pistol. About 30 minutes later, they targeted a second location, First Texas Savings, also in Dallas. At that bank, Morrow approached the teller window, aiming one gun at a bank employee's head and the other at the teller. He demanded that the teller fill a bank bag with cash, which she did. After receiving the money, Morrow shot the other employee, Mark Frazier, in the head, killing him instantly. The couple escaped with $5,000 and went to a nearby hotel. Law enforcement, including Dallas police and FBI agents, tracked them to their room and surrounded it. Morrow shoved Linda out of the room and she was taken into custody. When officers called on Morrow to surrender, he responded with threats to kill them. A brief gunfire exchange followed before Morrow ultimately gave himself up. His last words were, "I am so sorry you are going through what you are now," he told 3 sisters who watched from a few feet away. "But we are both headed to a better place." He listed a number of people by their first names and said he loved them all. Addressing his sisters again, he said, "Thank you for having been there for me and our father and mother. Give them a hug and give them my love." As the drugs began taking effect, he sputtered and gasped several times. His last meal was a cheeseburger, French fries, onion rings, and iced tea. Please hit that subscribe button if you like my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.